90-plus snaps is good, probably closer to 90 than 100, and that's right where we wanted to be. Felt great about it, accomplished a lot. I think as the fans were here, let me first just say that, 5,000 people, it's important for those kids to play in front of that many people. It makes a big difference. And you saw the number of young kids that are out there making plays today. There's a lot of them. They're going to continue to make those plays and do some tremendous things for them, but they've got to be in a different scenario than just practice. So, again, thank you all, fans. Myself, all the kids truly appreciate it, and they'll make us better. Overall, in the scrimmage, give and take, went back and forth on both sides. Fairly generic overall within the game plan. Positives I look at on the offensive side, we got done what we needed to get done with Melvin, and we saw us throw a pass to him there at the end. So got him some carries, got with what we needed, got what we needed out of Corey also. Thought he ran physical. Proud of the offensive lines. We're 3 deep in that young offensive line. Had some penalties, they did, but they managed, they ran the offense. There wasn't a bunch of administrative penalties, it was great to see. Young guys, Troy Funagali kind of jumped at it when you saw the wide receivers making some plays. Just overall, so it's a positive direction that we're headed, a lot of work to do. Defensively, kind of the same thing. We saw some flashy plays, which is nice. We talked about it all offseason, making some plays on the outside line scrimmage, forcing a couple turnovers. We scored on defense, so a lot of young faces back there doing some great things. Tremendous play by young DB Lubern and flat there picking that ball up for a touchdown. So we'll continue to grow and develop. Next couple of weeks are obviously very important to get to the next scrimmage, and we'll see how far we can progress. Look like we stayed pretty healthy. So I'm proud of these kids. Again, thanks everybody for doing it.
What do you think LSU fans saw?
I don't know. LSU, apparently they saw the whole thing because they got a bunch of emails flying around telling me that they have a spy satellite or something up there watching practice. But if they did, that's good because we didn't show any of our pace offense and our 4 wides and all the triple option stuff that we plan on doing most of the whole season. So we'll see where it goes. So if they got the tape, they got the tape.
I'm sorry, you alluded to it afterwards to the fans that you feel more comfortable being able to throw the ball down the field now. Where is that comfort level compared to what it was before last year?
Oh, I say it's much better. Number one, we're protecting a little bit better. Still got a ways to go there. Number two, we have more threats going down the field, and you can't just get up on one guy and double cover him. I think the scheme has changed to help us get the ball down the field, and the quarterbacks are throwing the ball better. I think you'll see all those quarterbacks were throwing the ball, especially the first 2 guys threw the ball down the field and gave our kids a chance, and you got to catch the ball in contested areas. Jared Abadoris is a great wide receiver. The ball's in the air. A lot of times it was his. A lot of times today, when the ball was in the air, we had an opportunity to at least catch that football, and it's been that way all camp. So it's all 3 or 4 of those things make us feel much better about throwing the ball down the field.
Was the plan to have you today?
I wouldn't say I was really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised again with the little things that you sometimes don't talk about. Administrative penalties. Our hands were a little bit wide at times, and we'll learn from that. But as far as pre-snap awareness, alignment, and assignments, getting ourselves in a spot, even handling some defensively, we had some injuries where we had to get guys out and back in. Some learning moments as far as that goes. But the biggest surprise, and it's a good surprise, is the fact that we handled the pace of the game. First time on the 40-second clock, handled that without any issues.
Is the plan to have Joel throw about twice as much as Tanner, and what was your assessment of both those guys without having looked at the film?
Yeah, as you look back, it's just I think that was more the flow of the game with Coach Ludd and or the scrimmage. No plan to have one guy throw the ball more, throw the ball less as we walked into it. We have done that in certain practices. They're throwing the ball when they get the opportunity by down and distance, and that's just how the scrimmage went.
Gary, earlier this week you talked about the concern you had for the nose guards. Did you see the progress you wanted to see there?
Absolutely have. Proud of Goldberg. He has stepped it up, and he's had some good days. I think Warren's put back-to-back a couple of good days together. Like where that's going. Jeremy Patterson is a young kid, has progressed the last week, and right now I'm expecting him to be in a position to get on that airplane. He's got to continue to battle like crazy. We just got to get 3 deep though. But you guys know me, I'm going to kind of call it as I see it, but I saw progress, which was great to see.
Gary, you've talked about Deal as a potential quarterback, but how long is he going to be out? And with him being out now, has Rainish put himself in a position to be that guy?
Yeah, right now in practice, Austin is that guy. I expect Taiwan to be back full speed on Tuesday. So we get him back and ready to go, and he appears to be in a pretty good spot. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that develops. We'd rather have Austin playing the fullback position and keep him there, and have Taiwan be the third tailback as we move forward.
What are your impressions of Joel so far, and especially today?
Joel's done a nice job. He's poised, he's confident, he loves to compete. I think he's handling his team. And I would say on the flip side of that, I think Tanner's doing the same thing. So again, they're competing well against each other. It's a great situation to be in. I'm proud of this guy. He's gone through a lot of things in his career. He battles like crazy. He comes to work every day. I believe he's gotten better.
Could you end up things with Tanner with running the read and running the regular option?
Yep.
Can Joel do that, or I mean, is that really some Tanner thing?
Well, I think if you're going to look and say you want to be a speed option opportunity team and really have it be a viable speed option, it's going to be Tanner. And you got a couple backs that can do it. There's some other things you can do from the offense. And as we continue to move forward, if we played a game today, we would have some scenarios where we would want to be a very multiple offense. And if that means that another guy's got to get under center every once in a while and make it be more multiple for people having to prepare, then so be it. And I'm proud of these two kids. They're fighting right now. They both deserve to be able to have some playing time. And we'll see where it goes. Does it change us drastically on offense? No, not unless we got the spy satellite from LSU, and it's going to be all four wides. Yeah, his position, Vontae is right now. Vontae wasn't out here today. He's still kind of battling through the knee. Regardless if it's safety, regardless if it's running back, it's hard. He's trying like crazy, and he's battled. And we said at the beginning of camp, we felt like he had turned the corner about 2 weeks left in summer, and was moving about 85–90%. And mild setback at this point, but we'll see how he progresses. He's fighting like crazy and wants to be here.
Is he back at tailback? Is he in the secondary?
We moved him when Taiwan missed the practice to get a few reps at tailback because he can flop over and do that. He can take his own read and run the power play in his sleep and handle that well. But right now he's both. He's not really in a position to go fight for the first spot in the safety position, and we got to get him healthy and then we'll evaluate the rest.
Speaking of safety,
PJ is in the mix there. We saw him out there a lot today, and to his credit, he played injured today. And, trainers let him go on kind of a limited scenario, and he did a nice job and handled it very well. He will be in the rotation. He'll be in some of those sub packages when we get to the higher number of corners as we go forward. Who's going to be that third corner? Who's going to be that fourth corner? Still up in the air. PJ's a safety, but at the end, when you start moving those packages, such as Dez last year was really our nickel corner, we'll see how that goes for PJ as we get more advanced within the defensive scheme.
Did Rafael?
Yeah. He's growing and developing. He's another one of those young kids that got a lot of reps today and playing in the back end. And Joe is a very good competitor. He's a smart football player, and he continues to grow. And his role will really be amped up this next week to see how he handles the special teams as we really dive into those schemes. And I suspect that he'll handle that well also.
You mentioned that you really want to get competition for number 2 left. Where does it stand now?
Good hard long look at this tape to see when we're really getting after it. Scrimmages we play the quarterbacks much closer, so how are those edge rushes? We gave a couple sacks up there on the left tackle. I think 2 of them are on the left side there. So it's a work in progress. Walker's going to be there. Who would be the next guy up in that position? We're going to have to take a long, hard look and see if we feel good about the progress. I will say this, I believe Walker Williams is an improved football player from last spring.
Did Rafael make a statement today?
To me, he did. That's pretty good. You walk out here, again, that's probably the one guy you look at and say, I'm not just kicking in Camp Randall, it's empty. I got people out there, and what was that? Was that one 55? 55, yeah. He hit it like a 62 the other day in practice. And, he's impressed me. Mostly, great. Trust me, it's great the kicks are going through, and it's awesome. But he handles it. The kids razz him a little bit and try to get in his grill, and we put him in this situation today. And the first one he missed when he kicked it, and then when he came back and made all the rest in a row. So he's an impressive young man. Nice job.
Talk about that inside linebacker spot and looking for that fourth backer. It seemed like TJ Edwards made some plays in the backfield today.
Yep. TJ did some nice things. Look, I got a couple TFLs and go back and look at those, but he did a nice job. And Again, we feel very settled with the first 3 guys. And where is that 4th position going to go? Is that going to be, if we got into a spot today, a couple of young guys are battling for that spot, the last thing I want to do is take a young player and put him in a position to not be successful because of where he sits strength-wise in his development. And those are some young players at that inside linebacker position. They're getting better, much better. If it was today and we got into a spot, again, we broke a helmet on Schobert and had a shoelace break on one of the Trotter boys, and we would move. Right now we take Joe Schobert and move him to the inside and leave Leon at the F backer. So, but we'll see how we progress. He made a couple nice plays. Great to see another freshman that made a couple plays.
It looked like Michael Trotter was wearing some kind of a boot today. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He'll be back and ready to go. I didn't see his boot, so might have been a fashion statement. I don't know.
What do we expect, Joe?
Kenzel will be, I would suspect him back mid next week. We'll be careful. You know, he's got a little twinge and just an ankle, but I expect him to be fine. But you know, the young receivers, just reps, right? And Kenzel's taken a lot of reps, especially the last 2 years since we've been here. So it'll be fun to watch it.
You would appear to talk about the freshman wide receivers that generated some responses from veterans. Reggie Love comes to mind. Have you kind of seen that rep get close a little bit or some responses in that regard?
You know, Reggie's made some plays week in and week out. It is about time we talk about Reggie because he was impressive today. And, I'm proud of Reggie. Again, he's a young man who's battled, he's fought. I think he's just made football, you know, more important to him, and it's exciting. And it's probably, I don't know if it's just because there's some new guys in the program or whatever it is, but he's in a good spot. But this started, I would say, really at the end of last spring, and we've had some communications, and Reggie wants to be a good football player. And he was, you know, it's amazing how it goes. All of a sudden, academically, he's right there, and he makes our academic success, and it seems to follow suit with moving better around on the field, and Reggie doing some good things. So I'm proud of where he is off the field, and I'm proud of where he is on the field right now.
Are there any definitives that you came out of today with?
Well, you know, I would say this again. I like them. I like this team. I like the way they compete. I think we've made progress. We're very youthful. We have a long ways to go, but I feel good where we're at after 1 week of camp. I guess that's probably the best thing I can say right now. There's a lot of competition, and the kids are handling the competition. There is nobody walking in that locker room trying to be a locker room warrior or making the case for themselves. They're just coming out and competing every day, which is a sign of good leadership also. Good?
Thanks,
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.